so wonderful to see all of you here and to see all the mingling and talking that's going on. Good morning. On behalf of the UWL Alumni and Friends Foundation, I would like to welcome you to the 48th Annual Alumni Awards Brunch and Ceremony. What a great audience here. UWL is proud to honor and celebrate the achievements of alumni who have distinguished themselves through contributions to their profession and communities. We are happy you are here to help us celebrate the accomplishments of 5 incredible alumni and to learn how the La Crosse experience has shaped their lives. My name is Angie Kellogg. I graduated from UWL with a master's degree in college student personnel, and I currently serve as a senior academic planner at the Universities of Wisconsin Administration. I'm a 2019 recipient of the Parker Distinguished Multicultural Alumni Award and a past member of the UWL Alumni and Friends Foundation Board of Directors. So it is my pleasure to serve as one of today's MCs, and even more special that I get to co-MC with Corey. Knew Corey as a student and also continued to be a colleague and a friend and even the godfather of our son. So it really shows that those UWL connections and those relationships you make here really do last a lifetime. So with that, I'll turn it over to Corey.
Thank you, Angie. It is really exciting to be here today. As Angie said, my name is Corey Shilquist. I currently serve as the Assistant Vice Chancellor for Admissions and Recruitment here at UW La Crosse. I am a proud double alum with degrees in mass communication and then a master's degree in college student development and administration. I am fortunate to have been the 2019 recipient of the RADA Distinguished Alumni Award and also a former board member. It is really exciting to serve alongside Angie, a great friend, wonderful colleague, and a mentor for me as well. As a courtesy to all of those individuals in attendance, we ask you to please silence those electronic devices so that we can focus our attention on the award recipients today. Before we proceed with our delicious brunch prepared by Chartwells, we'd like to take a moment to acknowledge that today is World Gratitude Day. As we gather together, let's remember to be thankful for the people and moments that enrich our lives, whether it's the hard work of our catering team, the company of friends, or the opportunities that brought us here. Today is a perfect day to express gratitude. Our brunch is ready, and the catering staff will dismiss each table to proceed to the buffet, and we'll be back with the program shortly, and we thank Kelly for dismissing each table individually. Enjoy your lunch.
Great. Wasn't that a great meal? Yep. Awesome. Yes. Join me in a round of applause to thank Chartwells for our delicious brunch in support of our event. Thank you so much. Now I would like to introduce our current Interim Vice Chancellor of Advancement and Foundation President, Allison Ziegelman.
Good morning, and thank you all so much for joining us today. I know some of you traveled very far to be with us, so we sincerely appreciate you joining us this morning to celebrate our wonderful Alumni Award recipients. Today is really all about them and celebrating their accomplishments, and so I want to extend a very heartfelt congratulations to all 5 of our recipients today. Congratulations. Can we give them We're going to clap a lot for them today, but can we give them a round of applause? Thank you. I also just want to take a brief minute to thank my team. So we have a wonderful team at the Alumni and Friends Foundation, and our strategic alumni engagement team coordinated this beautiful event today. I would really like Melissa, Kaylee, and Kendall to please stand and wave. I want to thank you guys for a wonderful job this morning. And lastly, I promise I'm not giving an Oscars speech, even though that's what I feel like a little bit. I would also like to thank the donors. So many donors who are with us in this room have created philanthropic opportunities through these distinguished alumni awards. You will learn a little bit more about this later, but both the Morgan Improving Lives Alumni Award and RADA Distinguished Alumni Award both provide a scholarship to a current student in the Department of the Award Winner's Choice and have been really generous with their philanthropy. So thank you both for that. Lastly, I just have a few plugs. There are some QR codes in your program, but if you know of an outstanding alumni, we are always looking to find who those individuals are in our community and nationally. We love to have Eagles come home, and we love to support our alumni when they're no longer students. They're still Eagles for life, and so please make sure throughout the next few months, if you are aware of someone who should be recognized with one of these awards, that you take the time to nominate them. All of the individuals being honored today have been nominated and vetted through a selection committee. So the honor that they are receiving today has been thoroughly vetted, and they are the best of the best alumni in this year's 2024 alumni class. Lastly, I will just say, please join us if you are in the region or back home here at UWL for our upcoming events. Our annual scholarship banquet celebrating donors and students is on Friday, October 4th, and we would love to have you join us. And you will all have noticed a One Day for UWL handout in your program. One Day for UWL is our annual day of giving, and it will happen on October 15th this year for 24 hours. One Day is all about participation and giving to the things that make you excited to be part of the UWL family. And we encourage you to join us not only for the events that day, but also in giving. One more congratulations to our award recipients, and thank you all for joining us today. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to our 11th Chancellor, Dr. James Beebe.
Morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. What a wonderful, beautiful day we have here in La Crosse, but they tell me every day is like this, even in January. So really excited to be here. I just want to offer my congratulations to the 5 recipients for their awards and their accomplishments. You should feel very proud of all that you've done. We went for lunch yesterday at the Charmont Hotel. It was quite fancy, I thought, for lunch. But what I really enjoyed was listening to the stories of everyone talking about their experiences at UWL. The mentors that supported them, and some of them are in this room, I know that, they transformed these individuals' lives. And what I really appreciated was listening to the stories and sort of way people were talking about their time here, how it influenced them, and then how they have gone out into the world and done amazing things. You know, thinking of their own careers and lives, but helping others to succeed, and always keeping UWL in their heart. So when we think about what effect we have in higher education on folks, it goes forward multiple years. So I just want to say to each of them, thank you for all that you've done, thank you for all that you're going to continue to do, and thank you for, showing the power of public education. Thank you very much for that. I also want to say a couple of things about the university. I arrived here July 1st. I want to let you know that the university has started out with an excellent academic year. We have a record-breaking first-year class, the largest class in our history. Our budget is really sound, is really solid. Our academic reputation is superb, and that's because of excellent faculty and staff who give their time each and every day. So for those folks who are in the room, I just want to say thank you for all that you're doing. We have some deans here and others. Thank you for what you do. This university is in fine shape. We're excited about where we're going. We're going to be doing some strategic planning. We're going to get that Prairie Springs completion done this year. I'm very confident of that. And we are developing new majors, new programs of study for students, and I think we're going to have an excellent year ahead. We're going to focus on strategic planning, so where can we be in the next 5 years? There's a lot to celebrate, and we have a pretty good football team. So if you are wanting to enjoy yourself on a Saturday afternoon, come and celebrate and support our students, either in the football or any of our athletic teams. We have amazing teams here. I hope to see you at other alumni award events this year and other exciting things we have on campus. Stay connected to this fine institution and enjoy your day today, and congratulations again to the recipients. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Beebe. We are so fortunate to have you here at UW-La Crosse. And now it is time for the main event, the induction of 5 distinguished UWL alumni. We will start our award that began recently in 2023, the Morgan Improving Lives Alumni Award. After receiving care from several local human service professionals who are also UWL alums, Provost Betsy Morgan wanted to do something to recognize the service they provide for the people of the La Crosse region. Betsy is with us this morning, so please stand and be recognized. Thank you so much, Betsy. Today, we honor the second recipient of the Morgan Improving Lives Alumni Award, Shondell Spivey. Spivey, a 2012 and 2015 double alum, is the co-founder and executive director of Black Leaders Acquiring Collective Knowledge, or BLAC, a group dedicated to empowering and elevating the Black community in Greater La Crosse. At BLAC and every other step of his career, Spivey has demonstrated his personal and professional commitment to supporting community members in need. Barbara Martin Stanley, a UWL alumni staff emeritus, says, Shondell has been a collaborator, leader, and mentor dedicated to improving the lives of others. He is someone who actively seeks out leadership opportunities in pursuit of a stronger and more equitable La Crosse community. He has also been heavily involved in the K-12 school system. He has served as a cultural liaison for the School District of La Crosse, providing support for racially diverse students and families. And he was a member of the district's Board of Education from 2019 to 2022. His work on campus and in the community earned him the La Crosse Community Martin Luther King Jr. Leadership Award in 2019. He was also named a Rising Star Under 40 by the Seven Rivers Alliance and made the list of Wisconsin's 52 most influential Black leaders, compiled by Madison 365. I've had the wonderful opportunity to talk and learn more about Shondell, and it really is impressive to hear about all of his efforts as a UWL student and now as a professional to make UWL and the La Crosse community a better place to live, learn, and work. So please join me in congratulating Shondell Spivey, this year's Morgan Improving the Lives of Others Alumni Recipient Award.
Whew. Good morning, folks. That was a nice introduction. This is me. It is me. Locke's obviously gone. Made that decision a couple months ago. I just want to say thank you for this amazing acknowledgement. I'm so appreciative. And I and so many others do this hard work, and we do it selflessly to improve our neighborhoods, our communities, our state, our world. I don't do this work for the awards, and I'm always appreciative to be seen, though, right? Valued, and it feels even more special when the acknowledgement comes from a place that holds so many memories for me. And even more special when I know the namesake is such an amazing person. I have to thank my family. Some of them are here with me today. They've always shown up for me. And even when they can't physically be present, like my mom and my sister and brother today, but they made sure that I know that they're proud of me and the work that I'm doing. And everyone at table 2, I love y'all. My dad, my amazing husband, my friends, family. But I want to dedicate this award to a very special group of people. I want to dedicate this award to all the Black and BIPOC women that have worked at this institution and have given so much of themselves, their knowledge, time, love, and support for me and so many others. And when I say women, I mean women like Barbara Martin Stanley, Antwana Williams, Barbara Stewart, Vicky Sanchez, who I will tell everybody she recruited me here at UWL. And it is amazing to stand next to her today. Amanda Goodenough, my best friend, Jasmine Holland, who also worked here, attended school here, and received the James Parker Award last year, Dr. Delgado, Dr. Torrey, and so many more. All of these women have had a huge impact on my life, and I just want to say thank you. And not all of them are in this room, but when you see them, you can definitely tell them I shouted them out. And then a special thank you also to Connie Vanderheiden and Lynette Lowe, because they definitely had a huge impact on my life. My time at UWL was a time where I learned a lot of lessons, a lot of life lessons. We do not have time to go through all of them, obviously, because I only got 5 minutes, so I'm trying to hurry this speech up. But at UWL, there was a lot of celebrations, a lot of tears, a lot of moments of advocacy, mentorship, and most importantly, the cultivation of strong relationships and friendships. Over the years, I've been able to connect with so many people and do some great and life-changing things. And I must be honest, I used a lot of the skills that I've learned here at UWL, a lot of the lessons that I learned here at UWL, the advice that was handed to me by people like Thomas Harris, Guy Wolf, Ned Reese. When I was here at this institution, my experience being a student leader, being involved in the Office of Multicultural Student Services, which saved my life, by the way, the multicultural student organizations, the student association, volunteering in the community, and so much more that had led me to the work that I've done and am doing today. Working with our youth and helping to cultivate a community of true inclusivity where everyone can truly feel safe, respected, valued, and have the resources to thrive. If you are in the La Crosse community and you're here in this room, my message to you would be to join the work. Join the work in our community. And help us be a true exemplar of what it looks like to be a welcoming, equitable community. If not, so if you don't live here, that's okay. Just make sure you do the work that's needed in your community. But then also, give to our community a little bit. And I employ the university to make sure that staff and students expand out of the four walls of the institution and get involved in the community. This obviously is not where I stop doing the work that's expected or that I've earned here today. And I promise you, this will not be the last time you hear my name. This will not be the last time you see me do something great. And I just want to appreciate all of you for being here today, and thank you for this award.
Wonderful. Thank you and congratulations, Shondell. And we know there's going to continue to be great things in the future as well. In addition to recognizing a deserving alum, the Morgan Improving Lives Alumni Award offers a scholarship to deserving students. Shondell has selected the Political Science Department for the scholarship. So congrats to the Political Science Department, and thank you again, Betsy, for your generosity.
The Bert and Norma Altman Teacher Education Award was created in 2015 by Professor Emeritus Bert Altman and his wife, Norma, both longtime supporters of teacher education. This award honors outstanding educators and the significant contributions they make to children and communities. Since that time, 14 alumni have been honored with this award. This year, we present the Bert and Norma Altman Teacher Education Award to Jean Halderson. Halderson graduated from UWL with a bachelor's degree in elementary education in 1992 and a master's degree in reading in 1997. She began teaching at Longfellow Middle School in the fall of 1992 and recently retired from that same building. Specializing in English language arts and social studies, Halderson has sought to create a student-centered environment that actively involves students in the learning process and that incorporates content and media with special relevance to them. Mrs. Halderson has been and continues to be tireless in her quest to aid our students and fellow educators with innovative uses of technology, says Penny Reedy, a retired principal at Longfellow. She is one of those charismatic and caring teachers whose passion for engaging students and increasing the efficacy of her craft is, to me, the hallmark of an unparalleled professional. Through the years, Halderson has shared her craft with countless teachers at state, national, and global education conferences. She has become a leader in her school and her community, always advocating on behalf of young people. and she has inspired generation after generation of students to create projects that result not just in a grade, but something with enduring value to themselves and the community. Congratulations, Jean.
Good morning. UWL has always been a part of my successful career and the contributions that I have made to children and my community. As an undergraduate, I was lucky to have many amazing teachers to which I would like to thank. Dr. Bert Altman. As a student, I did not like math, but he instilled in me a love of statistical analysis and educational research that followed me throughout my career. Dr. Charlotte Erickson, the teacher who opened my eyes to the benefits of inclusion and inspired me to earn a special education minor. Dr. Lucy Slinger, who emphasized that real learning was authentic and not worksheets or lectures. And lastly, to the teacher who gave me a B during the Elements of Music singing unit. That unsung hero gave me the confidence to sing to 7th graders almost every day for 32 years, and to belt out Dancing Queen whenever the karaoke opportunity presents itself. When I graduated in 1992, there were 1,200 applicants for just 12 positions in lacrosse. UWL had prepared me well, and I was offered a 7th grade position. The problem was, I wanted to teach 5th grade. My mother, who had been a 2nd grade teacher, said, "Don't take it. 7th graders are awful, and middle school is scary." My dad said, "Take it, because you aren't going to come back home and live with me." I rationalized it by saying I needed to get my foot in the door. My mom rationalized it by saying, "Well, it may have some benefits. Our neighbor taught middle school, and she never acted old." Well, 2 weeks into my career, I realized that I had found my people. I loved 7th graders, and I loved how idealistic, unpredictable, easily excited, and barring a full moon, how the energy could be channeled into the most amazing discussions or projects. I thank my parents, Marv and Candy Ramsey, both UWL graduates, for all of their love and support before, during, and after my time at UWL. In fact, it was my dad who nominated me for this award. I pursued a master's degree in reading from UWL and had the honor to be a student in Dr. Jane Greenwald's class. Dr. Greenwald was known in my circle of friends as the teacher nobody could get an A from. She was tough, but she was good. We learned reading strategies, philosophies, and how to do classroom-based research, but her real legacy was the way she taught. She practiced what she preached, which was having high expectations for all of her students and using tried and true research-based teaching strategies. She didn't give us busy work. She kept us busy instead, learning what we really needed to know to be an effective reading teacher. I would not be the teacher I am today without her, and what I learned during my master's degree here at UWL had a ripple effect on every student I taught. And yes, I had her as a teacher for multiple classes, and I always got an A. I would also like to thank the following colleagues who are a part of my story, and to recognize that all of them were either graduates of UWL or educators here. Deb Buswell, she was my mentor. I thank her for opening up her filing cabinet. And yes, we had those back in the 90s. She gave me 100% access to all of her lesson plans, handouts, overhead slides, and assignments. This in an era of close your door and do this in the era of close your door and do your own thing was unprecedented. And it truly impacted the trajectory of my teaching style and my impact on educators as she taught me the power of sharing with other teachers. Mary Ford gave me the insider tips from day one on what middle school was really all about and the tricks to survive. Liz Ramsey, my teaching partner for almost 3 decades, who was always there to bounce ideas off of, my teammate in innovative projects, and the person I laughed and sometimes cried with as we shared our experiences teaching adolescents, and who, according to our students, I could have entire conversations with by using sounds, facial expressions, and gestures while never talking. Principals Glenn Jenkins and Dr. Penny Reedy, who encouraged creativity and innovation and always doing what is best for kids. Courtney Close, the kind of teacher I waited 28 years to work with. Kelsey Ferkingstad, a former student who aspired to teach with Liz and me, and did, and not only kept, but made me listen to her 7th grade digital projects 10 years later. Megan Barth, another former student and also colleague who said, "Shh, Jean, you can't tell anyone, but you were my favorite teacher." You can all keep a secret, right? The most challenging part of working with 2 former students is that they have better memories than I do. They have a plethora of stories and also accounts of things I said and I did, many of which I will admit, and a couple I deny. Finally, like many students, downtown 3rd Street was a part of my UWL experience. 1 week before my student teaching, I met my future husband, Mark, in a bar called Champs. It's currently the La Crosse Beer House. Now, Mark is way more quiet and reserved than I am, and he would never make a middle school teacher. I thank him for supporting my career and for dealing with my animated stories, loud antics, and high energy. Because when you teach middle school long enough, you start to act like the kids. It's not always easy to be married to a middle school teacher, so cheers to you, Mark. To conclude, in so many ways, UWL has provided a pathway to my career in which I have had the honor to impact the lives of thousands of students in my community, to collaborate with educators across the globe, and to share what I have learned about teaching on many platforms. I thank the UWL Alumni and Friends Association for presenting me with this distinguished award.
Yes, thank you and congratulations. And having just survived a middle schooler, I will say I'm especially grateful for excellent middle school teachers. So thank you and congratulations again, Jean. Our next award is the Parker Distinguished Multicultural Alumni Award, which recognizes outstanding alumni who have contributed significantly to the improvement of multicultural understanding on the campus and in their careers. History Professor Emeritus, the wonderful Dr. James Parker, initiated the award in 1997. Since that time, 48 alumni have received this most prestigious award. Dr. Jim Parker and his wife, Eliza Denlinger, are here with us this morning, so please stand and be recognized. We are honored to present the 2024 Parker Distinguished Multicultural Alumni Award to Vicki Sanchez. In her current role at UWL, Sanchez, a graduate of 2007, directs the Office of Multicultural Student Services, which fosters academic, leadership, and personal growth of diverse student communities on campus. Sanchez oversees efforts to ensure the success of multicultural student organizations, leadership and career development initiatives, and intercultural development programs, and the academic and financial retention of students of color. She played an important role in helping the Native American Student Association reestablish itself as a student organization after a brief hiatus. She is also co-leading the Division of Diversity and Inclusion Assessment Project, which will allow campus partners to work on access, retention, and graduation projects in a more data-driven way. Previously, Sanchez served as a UWL multicultural recruitment and admissions counselor from 2006 to 2011 before her brief stint at UW Stout. I didn't mean brief, her stint at UW Stout. At Stout, Sanchez ran a living and learning community intended to ease the transition for first-year students of color. When she arrived, the program had one of the worst retention rates on campus. By revamping and programming and student support resources, Sanchez helped boost the program's retention rate above the rate for the campus. It was so successful that she launched a second similar program at the university. The program, called Stoutward Bound, also went on to receive the 2022 Ann Lydecker Educational Diversity Award from the State Council on Affirmative Action. Vicki is very intentional and a collaborative colleague who goes out of her way to put students at the center of everything she does, says Stacy Narcata-Welp, Vice Chancellor for Diversity and Inclusion at UWL. We are so lucky to have her on our campus and community. And I feel fortunate to have known Vicki. I know that she's incredibly well-respected throughout the UW system for her leadership and advocacy for equity and student success. We're so thrilled that she's back at UWL, and please join me in congratulating her on this award.
I'm probably the shortest of everyone, so hopefully you can see me. How did I get here? This is a question that I have asked myself as I was preparing for this speech. And how did I get here doesn't mean like I'm referring to like the vehicle that came or babies were born. I'm referring to this actual moment, which began when I went to college. So I'm going to start by expressing extreme gratitude and appreciation to my parents, which I'm lucky to have my mom here today. A little bit background of my parents. My dad was an immigrant from Mexico, and he arrived in the States in his 20s. My mom is the eldest of 9 siblings, first-generation Mexican family from Milwaukee. A 4-year education was something that was not promoted nor encouraged, and so within their families. So they chose to do the opposite for their children. So they encouraged, or in my case, harshly told me that education and college was the way to go. And my sister, who's 7 years older than me, and she's here today, was somebody who attended a college-bound high school in Milwaukee. For those, it's Rufus King. And she had excellent grades. My reason for just being here, I was like, I did not think college was an option. I wanted to go to the military, the Marines, and it was simply because their uniforms were better. That's how juvenile I was. But telling my parents about the military application and choice was not pleasant. It's a longer story, and I only have 5 minutes, so I'll spare it. If you want to hear it, I'll tell you later. But my reason I didn't see myself as college material is because I thought I had average grades. C average, 2.6. I was involved with high school, with activities and sports, choir. My grades just weren't up to par, in my eyes. The college kids were those who were going to National Honor Society meetings, who were being called down to the counselor's office to see colleges. And again, little did I know, I was preparing myself for the rigor of college. I challenged myself by taking as many credits as possible, and I really think that was probably a pivotal portion of why I got accepted. So when I got heat from my parents with angst, I said, well, if I go to college, I'm leaving town. And so, nevertheless, she persisted. It led me to Winona State, which is about 25 minutes from here. But my experience there was a whirlwind for a girl in Milwaukee, who came to a small town. And I know it's like, Winona, La Crosse, what's the leap? I'll get there. That experience gave me perspective of how one sees a woman of color. It continued post-graduation when I worked out in industry for about 5 years in the Twin Cities, in fields where they were dominated by men who were white specifically. I worked in information security, leaped over to corporate real estate, before then making an actual leap of change in my career path. And that was me returning to the Cooley region for my master's here at UWL in student affairs. My personal experience, both collegiate and through industry, gave me the pathway of working in the areas of diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, primarily with students of color. And it has become the reason why I do what I do, and what many of us do, advocating for students of color from point A to point D, admissions to degree, by working in retention strategies, programming for student success and leadership development, remembering how it felt to be a person of color in a historically predominantly white institution, to help have these courageous conversations about the effects of microaggressions, lack of representation, and code switching. I needed to be part of an ecosystem that makes a difference by helping and leading a team to help students thrive in a place where it's culturally different. By getting to the table where decisions are made, policies are created, and perspectives that need to be shared and remembered. UWL is where I got my professional restart, and how in full circle I have returned as an eagle at work. Although the work done here is never done alone, or it's also done in teams and units, partnerships, accomplices. The work done is purposeful. I've been able to see progress of work from some of my fellow colleagues and mentors, like Barbara Stewart, Dr. Victor Macias Gonzalez, Antoine Williams, and even our own Dr. James Parker. These are individuals that left a legacy that I have learned from, that I've taken lessons from their playbooks, and creatively tried to put my imprint in how I can facilitate change. My work is purposeful, as I have achieved what my parents have dreamt, a life of education and promise, to leave the world better than I found it, to grow where I'm planted, and to serve others that need support. Leading with compassion and empathy, and using our voice to fight for injustice. So I'm gonna thank my mom and dad for pushing me to go to college, and jokingly to never have ever left, because I've been in the system almost 19 years. And I wanna thank my family who's here today, and my rods, my ride or dies, Maya and Joe. And I'm full of gratitude to be among one of the 5 distinguished alumni, and thank the foundation for this honor and accolades, as there are many of us who do this work and go unrecognized. Thank you.
Congratulations, Vicki. Next, we will present the RADA Distinguished Alumni Award. Professor Emeritus Ron Rada and his wife Jane created this award to honor recent to mid-career alumni who are making exceptional contributions to their professions and/or communities. The award provides another point on UWL's continuum of honors that recognizes excellence at the various stages of one's career. 30 alumni have been honored with this most prestigious award. Ron and Jane are with us this morning. Please stand and be recognized. The 2024 RADA Distinguished Alumni Award is presented to Amanda McAllister Novak. At UWL, Novak used her skills and knowledge to help others. She worked as a tutor in the Writing Center and a teaching assistant in the English department, assisting students in preparing essays, conducting grammar lessons for international students, and supporting faculty teaching introductory English courses. She also worked as a summer camp counselor in Tokyo, teaching English to elementary, middle, and high school Japanese students. It should come as no surprise that Novak has continued to give her time and talents to meaningful causes. With a passion for human rights advocacy, she has provided pro bono legal assistance through several nonprofit organizations, including the Minneapolis-based Advocates for Human Rights, where she represented asylum seekers and refugees in immigration proceedings. She is a board member of World Without Genocide at Mitchell Hamlin School of Law in St. Paul, and has served as an instructor for the American Red Cross, teaching legal workshops on the laws of armed conflict, including a workshop here at UWL. Novak has been involved in international advocacy, armed conflict research, and reporting projects to advance human rights, including conflict-related research at the Transitional Justice Institute in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and reporting on the 9/11 commissions from Guantanamo Bay. Additionally, she serves on the board of advisors as a flight crew member for the Raptor Center at the University of Minnesota, rehabilitating owls, falcons, and hawks so they can be released into the wild. Congratulations, Amanda.
Good morning, everyone. I want to say thank you for this incredible honor from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me to be recognized by the very institution that helped shape me both personally and professionally. I was born and raised in La Crosse, and everything here, the bluffs, especially in the autumn, the river, the people, the public library, and here, UWL, is all so special and was so formative to me. So standing here today is a really beautiful moment for me. When I chose to be an English major, I wasn't sure how literary studies would translate into a future career. I just knew that I loved the power of language, the way that words can ignite emotion, challenge our perceptions and beliefs, and shape the world around us. Studying writing and rhetoric at UWL taught me how to communicate persuasively, how to think critically, and how to take intellectual risks that were necessary for growth, all in a setting of support, connection, mentorship, and friendship. And in that way, UWL helped me to become a better reader, a better writer, a better thinker, and ultimately, a better person. This created a foundation for me to go on to do work in Northern Ireland at the Assembly of States Parties to their National Criminal Court in The Hague, at the United Nations in Geneva, and more. And so first, I want to thank the wonderful and generous Jane and Ron Rada for making this possible. The world is a better place because of you, and I really look up to both of you, so thank you. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge the professors who nurtured my love of literature and writing and who challenged me to think critically, especially Natalie Eschenbaum, Virginia Crank, and Matthew Cashin. They showed me the value and the beauty of studying literature and writing and how those skills gained from doing so can be applied in powerful and unexpected ways. And I want to acknowledge the lifelong friendships that I created here, forged over a shared love of Shakespeare and creative writing. And most importantly, I want to thank my family for their unwavering support through the years, and to my wonderful husband, Luke, who has picked up the torch where my professors left off and challenges me every day to think about the world differently, to expand and deepen my perspectives, and to help me grow. I love you. And I hope to foster the values that I learned at UWL of growth, empathy, curiosity, and service in our beautiful children so that they can experience the joy and the power of community, navigating challenges, and driving change. And as much as this award recognizes the journey I've been on, it's also a reminder to me of the importance of lifelong service and a dedication to giving back. I promise to continue using the education that I was so fortunate to receive to make meaningful impacts in our community and to uplift all those around us. So thank you, UWL and the RADAs, for this incredible recognition. I'm deeply honored and forever grateful.
Thank you and congratulations, Amanda. A unique component of the RADA Award is that it includes a fellowship component. Each recipient identifies a department or unit on campus, and the Foundation Scholarship Committee selects a deserving student to receive the award. Thanks to the generosity of Ron and Jane Rada, the RADA Fellowship recipient for 2024-2025 is Yia Vu. Yia is in her senior year as a pre-law track English, Writing, and Rhetoric student with a cultural anthropology double major, a French proficiency certificate, and an international and global studies minor. Woo! Yia, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations.
Our last category of awards today is the Maurice O. Graff Distinguished Alumni Award. Dr. Graff wanted to recognize alumni who have achieved honor and distinction with recognition and reputations that extend well beyond the immediate environment in which they live and work. For 47 years, the Graff Distinguished Alumni Award has been presented to 82 alumni who have attended UW-La Crosse. We are honored to present the 2024 Maurice O. Graff Distinguished Alumni Award to Ronald Santwali Bakari. As a first-generation college student at UW-La Crosse, Ronald Santwali Bakari found support from several staff and faculty he came to know as mentors. Over the past 4 decades, Bakari, a graduate of 82 and 90, has returned the favor by providing support to countless students throughout his distinguished career in higher education leadership. In his current role as Vice President for Student Affairs and Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging at Adelphi University in New York, he serves as an ambassador and an advocate for the student body, something he has done all over the country and at every stop of his career. Before joining Adelphi, Bakari was the Vice Chancellor for Student Success at the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs, the Dean of Students at Drake University in Des Moines, Assistant Dean of First-Year Programs at Hartwick College in Oneonta, New York, and a Fulbright Scholar to the United Kingdom in 2013. Every step of his career, Bakari has sought not only to provide a continuity of services, but to connect with students on a personal level and to engage in a mutually beneficial exchange of experiences. This can be seen in projects like the Brother-to-Brother Mentoring Program at Drake University, which Bakari established to support African American and Latino students. Tyler Mashur, who recently served as president of the Adelphi Student Government Association, said Bakari sets a shining example that he hopes to follow. For someone who has dedicated his career to supporting students, there is perhaps no greater compliment. And I'll have to say this is a full circle moment for me, since Santwali was my supervisor in my very first professional position here at UW-La Crosse in the Office of Multicultural Student Services. So I got to see every day how he went above and beyond to support students and to advocate and create diverse and inclusive environments and communities. And that has served as the foundation for my career in higher education. So I'm so grateful for that here on National Gratitude Day, and great to see how he's continued to make an impact throughout his career and for countless students and colleagues. So I can't think of anyone more deserving for this award. So with that, I'd like to say, please join me in congratulating Ron Santwali Bakari.
Good morning, everybody. And thank you, Angie. Thank you so much. You all doing okay? This is the last one, so everybody can get on out of here, right? All right. Well, thank you so much. And I am deeply honored to receive the Maurice O'Graff Distinguished Alumni Award from my alma mater. This institution and the specific individuals within it have shaped my life. The impact of this award is immeasurable, and I am truly grateful. I want to acknowledge Chancellor Beebe, and it was terrific meeting you yesterday, and Provost and Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs, Betsy Morgan, who was serving as interim when she called me and gave me the great news. I also want to just thank all of those who have supported my nomination, and so I'm very grateful for that. I also want to just express a heartfelt gratitude to the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse community, starting with all of the students that are here, the faculty and the staff, and the senior administrators, and also all the students who are part of clubs who play a leadership role on the campus. So I thank all of the student leaders on campus. I also want to extend a special recognition to Melissa Chandler and Monica Organ in alumni engagement for helping me prepare my visit. I also want to thank you as well, Allison. It was terrific meeting you as well, and thank you for your leadership also. I also want to take a moment and express my deepest gratitude to my wife, my queen, and my partner for 33 years. I want Dr. Rosina Bakari. Would you please stand, honey? Yeah. All right. All right. And also, my son, Sentwali, he's not here. My daughter, Naila, she's not here. But I also want to thank my dear friend, old college roommate, best man in my wedding, Mr. Ben Southall, for 40 years. Ben, why don't you at least wave your hand if you can't stand. That's my brother. That's my brother. We go way back. And I'd also be remiss if I did not mention just some dear friends at the core of my beginning. And they're not here, but I want to call their names. Ron Peel Hill Howard. Yeah. Prentice Pookie Smith. We had some nicknames back then. I'm just giving you a few of them, right? We had some nicknames back then. Sharon Weston, Mr. Greg Holly, Greg Banks, Charles Black, Mr. M.C. Diop, Mr. Rodney Landers from Philadelphia. Used to wear the cap. He always called it a sky piece. There's a cap. Members of my fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma. The Black Student Union. We call it, I've been on so many different campuses. Sometimes it's Unity, sometimes it's Union, but it's Black Student Union here. But I just want to say that because these groups and people have always, create a sense of belonging and help you feel connected to the campus. So when there's times, and for every student, it's a roller coaster, right? There are different times throughout your time. There's turbulence here and there. But there's always a segment and a core group of people that help sustain you, right? So I call those guys names, right? So reflecting on my time here at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, I am particularly grateful for the guidance and support of a number of faculty members and staff, such as Dr. James Parker, who was just mentioned, Dr. Joe Heim, Dr. Bob Troy, Dr. William Pemberton, Professor Mahmoud El-Kadi, Dr. Jim Sabota, Dr. Ron Rada, who is here today, and thank you, Dr. Rada, and Mr. Gary Lang. And there are others, but I'm just going to stop there. You get in trouble, I can't remember everybody, but I want to say something about Mr. Gary Lang, who served as an advisor. He encouraged me to study in Denmark. And at the time, I was like, okay, where's Denmark? It was in Copenhagen. And, but I did do that. I did go to Copenhagen. and actually spent more time there. I went back later and worked and coached and played basketball. But that experience was pivotal in my life, and so I'm very grateful to Mr. Gary Lang for encouraging me to do that. And quite frankly, it really launched my desire to pursue more international experience, and quite frankly, as a result of that, I became a Fulbright Scholar in the United Kingdom. I was Dean of Students for a semester at sea, and other international experiences as well, so I'm very grateful to him. However, there is one person to whom I must say that I probably would not be standing here if it was not for his mentorship and his friendship, and that's Dr. James Parker. And I know we've mentioned his name several times, and rightfully so. So as a student and staff member, Dr. Parker was the one person I went to for advice probably the most, right? We played a lot of noon basketball, along with Dr. Rada as well. And I refer to Dr. Parker as the real Dr. J, for those who follow the NBA, right? Now, he could set a mean screen. He had a crooked jump shot. He would make it every now and then. He would make them sometimes, right? And every down, he would hit the game winner, and somebody go, "Who got Doc? Who's got the Doc?" But anyhow, I will say this, that Dr. Parker visited my high school in Milwaukee, North Division High School. This is back in the 70s. And after speaking with him, I decided to take the job, or not take a job, rather. I was going to work with my father on the south side of Milwaukee. There was a factory there. I want to say it was Milwaukee Gray Iron Works, if anybody's familiar with South Milwaukee. And that's where I was going to go and work with him, and he had arranged it. And after Dr. Parker's visit, I decided to come to La Crosse. And so that was probably one of the best decisions in my life. And Doc, I know you've been recognized many times, but would you please stand one more time, Dr. Parker? All right. So I'll just close this by saying my leadership philosophy is based on collaborative decision-making, inclusiveness, relationships, integrity, and ongoing communication was significantly influenced by my experiences here at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. I believe this philosophy promotes trust, commitment, and mutual respect. And so I am very grateful to my alma mater for helping me shape this philosophy as a student and later as a professional. So again, I extend my heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse for sustaining its commitment to inclusive excellence and global engagement and producing graduates who positively impact the world. So thank you again for the recognition of the Maurice O'Grath Distinguished Alumni Award. I am honored to be recognized among such an amazing group of alumni. I will hold this occasion close to my heart forever and continue to represent the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse with pride, honor, and distinction. Thank you. This is heavy, by the way.
Congratulations, Ron. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in one final round of applause for Shondell Spivey, Jean Halderson, Vicky Sanchez, Amanda McAllister Novak, and Ronald Sintwali Bakari. Your many contributions to your communities and society are appreciated, and we wish you the best of congratulations.
This event and many others wouldn't be possible without the support and generosity of our alumni, friends, and sponsors. And a special thank you to Neil Dureski for helping make this celebration happen. Thank you very much.
We certainly would like to continue to recognize the achievements of outstanding alumni for many years to come. I encourage you to nominate UWL alumni who are deserving of these awards. Nominations come from family members, faculty, coworkers, roommates, and friends. More information on how to nominate someone for an award can be found in your program and on the UWL Alumni and Friends Foundation website. The awards committee is charged with reviewing and selecting alumni from an outstanding pool of candidates. Special thank you to Lori Miller, Michelle Sylvester, Melanie Carey, James Longhurst, Andrew Stapleton, and Patricia Marcos for their countless hours of review and deliberation. Once again, you have made outstanding choices. Mark your calendars for Saturday, September 20th, 2025 for next year's awards program. This concludes today's ceremony. On behalf of the UWL Foundation, Alumni and Friends Foundation, we thank you and wish you safe travels home. Thank you.